You're going to be like super producer USA.
Hey. No, but I do have to say it is really exciting to learn new things.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Here we go. Alicia Keys is here.
Yay!
We're so excited to have you here. We're excited to have you anywhere, especially here.
Thank you.
Hell's Kitchen, this new musical. Alicia Keys has been working on this for, what you said, 13 years?
13 joints, That's how you got to look at it, as joints.
Gandhi smoked 13 joints before the show today.
I'm working.
Well, you should, because the show opens on 4/20, so it's kind of perfect for that.
There you go.
Well, explain this to me. So previews start March 28th.
Correct. So previews do start March 28th. Y'all can come see that as well. And what happens is there's 3 weeks, about 3.5 weeks of previews that allow us to test everything with an audience, and then you make changes during that time. And
so
then
can you stop the show? Like in the middle, if you go to a preview, can somebody stop and say, we got to reset that?
Stop everything!
Yeah. Is that what happens
You
in a
wouldn't
preview?
do that, would you?
No, you cannot do that.
Okay.
It's like it runs like a show,
Okay.
and you're going to experience the show, and it's going to be amazing. But after the show, there's a bunch of notes, and then the notes get implemented. And then 420, you can't touch it anymore, and that's the official opening. You don't touch the creative anymore.
So while it's during previews, you may be in the back just kind of hiding.
Oh, yeah, I'm there a lot.
And then when it comes to notes time, here's Alicia. Girl, you were off key.
There's a bunch of notes on multiple levels. For sure, there's going to be some musical notes. There's going to be some dialogue notes. There's going to be choreography notes. There's going to be styling notes, wardrobe notes, lighting notes, set design notes. All of these things that kind of come together, and you're like, this doesn't feel quite right. Can we fix this? I'm noticing that's not happening. And it happens from everyone. The director, Michael Greif, who also did Rent and Dear Evan Hansen.
Never heard of those.
Right?
Oh, God. Couldn't you get someone who's a little more tested?
We have the incredible Camille Brown is doing all of the choreography. She's stunning. Chris Diaz is the book writer. And then obviously I create the music.
This has got to be freaking you out a little bit, Alicia, because this is real deal Broadway. This isn't off Broadway.
It's kind of like the real, like it's the realest of the real.
That's so cool.
We are at the Shubert Theater, like the crown jewel of Broadway. We get to open at the Shubert Theater.
There are ghosts at the Shubert Theater. A friend of mine was in a show there once, and he said it scared the living crap out of him.
Everybody listen, there's no damn ghosts at the Shubert Theater.
People pay more for ghosts.
All right, well, come see the show. Don't worry about the ghosts.
No, ghosts are good. Ghosts are good. Now, okay, back to this preview thing. I would pay money to go watch a rehearsal where someone goes, stop, no.
Yeah.
No, I told you.
It's
step 2, 3, 4, step 2, 3, 4.
You want to see all the drama.
Yeah, like the tantrums and the diva moments.
Right,
I'll pay extra for that, actually.
We actually went to a soundstage in Los Angeles years ago when Madonna was about to do her whatever tour, and she gave us the full rehearsal. They call it rehearsal, and it was. She stopped that crap down in the middle, and she read some guy up and down the. I would love to see.
You were like, ooh. No,
it
is. It is exciting. I mean, there is a dress. There is an invited dress that happens. Maybe you should come. I can invite you.
So you have the power to do that. So it's called Hell's Kitchen because, of course, Alicia Keys grew up in Hell's Kitchen.
Correct.
My favorite story, and I'm assuming this will be folded in, is when you and your mother pushed a piano down the sidewalk to your apartment. All right. Am I spoiling? Is this a spoiler alert? Am I giving something away?
No, because first of all, the show Hell's Kitchen, although it is based on my experiences growing up in New York, is not autobiographical. So you will definitely get pieces of things that are experiences that are infused into it. But it's not like you shouldn't come out there like, wait, did that really happen? Because it's not autobiographical, but it's inspired by my experiences growing up in New York.
So no piano pushing with mom?
So there's not a moment where we're pushing the piano down where the characters are pushing the piano down the street, but there's so many moments that take you to these places that you can't believe. And ultimately, it is a love story between a mother and a daughter.
There you go.
So you do really, everyone who comes, they're calling their mother at the end, like, Ma, Ma, I really love you. I swear to God, I'm sorry I was bad to you, because mamas go through a lot. But this show is really, really special, the way that the relationship between the mother and daughter evolved, because it starts off really rocky.
I will cry. There will be tears.
Yeah.
Many tears.
So, you have such a rich catalog Alicia, the Alicia Keys catalog.
Thank
You're
you.
going to make so much money on that one day?
Oh my
Kidding.
God.
No, people are doing it. No, but it's such a rich catalog. Now, to be able to fold these songs and these lyrics into a stage production,
Yeah.
this could be a little tricky. It's going to be a little tricky for everyone who's like working the buttons on this.
You know, I gotta say that it's really fluid the way the music is a part of it. I've written new songs for this musical as well, so you're gonna hear some new music. One of them obviously is Kaleidoscope, which you're gonna hear.
Right.
And but the songs that are on albums or are well known, the way that we've done them, they're really smart. And they really help propel the storyline forward. So you hear this song. One of my favorites is Unthinkable, actually. And you start to see this relationship develop. And the way that you hear Unthinkable, even I myself, when we were first putting it together, I said, why didn't I create Unthinkable like this before? Like, I never even thought to perform it like this before or to do. So a lot of the ways that it's happening, even I've never experienced a song like that before. And so I think it's very exciting because not only does it assist the storyline, but you're hearing the music that you love in a way that you never heard it. And it feels good.
Alicia Keys is here. The new musical is called Hell's Kitchen. The previews begin March 28th. And I mean, obviously, it's already been staged, and you've seen lights, you've seen.
Yes.
Was there ever a moment you're sitting in the almost empty Schubert Theater, watching everything going on the stage as they prepare for this incredible performance,
Right.
and you actually just think, how did I get here? This is Broadway, New York City, which was your backyard growing up in Hell's Kitchen. Now you're in the backyard with your own show.
No, when I tell you it's crazy. Literally last night we were just in the theater and I was like, guys, this is not regular. Like, I know everybody's up in here working and we're all like, oh, we're in the Schubert Theater. But this is, you don't just every day launch a Broadway show. Like, this is crazy. And I'm not going to be cool about this because this is out of control. And I really, really felt that so deeply. And I feel this so deeply in the process of bringing it all together, because crazy thing is there's so many creative ideas and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And so when it does kind of go all the way, it's a shock, it's a blessing. It's like, it's kind of unbelievable because there's so many things that could not work about it in so many different stages, but that's not the case. And so it feels unbelievable. And thinking of my mother who grew up in Toledo, Ohio, moved to New York City to study at NYU to really become an actor, a dancer, an actress, and now all these years later, we're able to see her dream come true.
Wow.
It's like, I can't even tell you what that means to me, you know? And in so many ways, she gave me these dreams to fulfill, you know? And so the fact that they are becoming fulfilled is like, I mean, I definitely get on the tear train. So don't have me started. But it's just unbelievable. It really is. As we stood on the TKS line, got cheap tickets to see the shows as a kid,
right.
You know, all the things. And so now, you know, now kids can come see this and know that it's possible to create their dreams.
See, I love the fact that you know how important it is to keep theater and music and stuff in the school systems. And I know you actually recently helped a school that was losing their entire program.
Yes, I'm grateful. I'm really grateful about this. This is Professional Performing Arts School, which is my junior high school and high school, and that's where I went to school myself. And recently there's been some funding cuts, and obviously it's always tricky to keep the programs in existence. And so this happened, and I actually found out about it quite recently. And a young girl in her in her class made a GoFundMe and was really trying to save the program. Tennyson was her name. And so I was able to kind of support and make sure that along with other people, make sure that the program is intact. And
Amen.
I'm really grateful about that.
Danielle went to school up in the Bronx. They were going to, they cut the arts program in her school. She left that school, went to another one. She said, screw this.
Yeah, actually, Jennifer Lopez was my choreographer. She had gone to the school. Yeah, and her sisters were in school with me.
Dang.
And the year after my sophomore year, they were cutting the program, and I'm like, I can't go to a school that doesn't have a theater program. So I left. But actually, they heard me talking about it. They hit me up the other day. Preston High School theater program is back.
Yeah.
They want me to come and visit and see the new show.
You gotta come.
Yeah, so I'm going to definitely
We should
go.
donate a
That was
tuba
cool.
or something to the band.
A tuba.
Hey, you guys suck.
Tubas are expensive.
Two tubas.
Those tubas on the way.
So when you're talking to those kids and thinking about those kids who are all starting out and they're really interested in performing,
Right.
where do you even begin to give them advice on how someday they have a Broadway show? Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think that it's a really long process. Obviously, you know, it took me 13 years to bring it to life. So it doesn't necessarily happen fast. And most creative things, it takes time. It takes time to put in the work. It takes time to find the right people to work with. It takes time to make sure it's ready and all those things. So I think the first thing is that just begin, though. Begin with the story. Begin with the creative. Begin with the idea. And then start to find the people that can support it and bring to it what you can't. And then have patience, but also have the fire so that you can continue to push it along. But it really is, it's definitely possible. I'm not saying it's easy and I'm not saying it's fast, but it's definitely possible. So that's how we started. I started with the concept, and then the book writer was the one that I discovered first, and he was the one that really, we worked together a lot to develop the story. And then we could go from there.
How fun. Because you've been doing music. You've been recording for a while now.
Right.
And hitting it out of the park.
Thank
but
you.
now you're learning something new.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? It's like, okay, this is something very new.
Everything is new here.
And you're working with people who have this expertise at this high level.
Right.
And now they're bringing you up to their level. Now you're going to be like super producer USA.
Hey. No, but I do have to say it is really exciting to learn new things.
Yeah.
You know, to be outside of your own comfort zone. And I think what it does really well is that it's really mixing worlds. And I think that's what's happening with Broadway that I'm very excited about being a part of, is mixing worlds together, allowing worlds to collide so that we're taking the best of all the pieces and making it new and refreshed. And there's such an interesting way to continue to grow. And so there's so many things I don't know. There's so many things they don't know. There's things I know they don't know.
See?
Things they know I don't know.
That's
and we
cool.
get to kind of share together and uplift, and it's cool.
You know, it's kind of funny, but the history of Broadway and stage. I mean, you, of course, being a performing and recording artist, you know, that's always evolving and more digital here and there. It's always changing. Putting a show on a Broadway stage is an old school medium.
It
right?
really is.
I mean, so you are mixing the new with the old and doing this.
That's right.
In the old days, they would put a show on, then they'd all go to Sardi's and wait for the
Facts.
reviews to come out.
It's actually Sardi's across the street.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
So I mean, you're living that the history of New York City. This is just cool and so
It's
many
really
ways.
tied up into it, and I really feel like I was very conscious about that as creating this, because I know that, listen, some people are musical theater diehards. They know every single song from every single moment, and every single one they can reenact it and sing it and the whole thing.
They're watching you.
And some people, you know, really haven't found their connection to musical theater, and they feel like maybe it's, you know, it doesn't resonate with them. And so I really was conscious about how this whole thing was put together so that both worlds can feel comfortable in this space. You really feel, you hear a sonic of music that is inspiring. There's like, you know, we're even making sure that we're redefining the way that the speakers and the sound is relayed to the audience. So you really feel it in like more like a concert way, but at the same time you can hear all the words and feel the emotion, and so it's really beautiful the way that it's combining.
All right, couple of things. Number one, you got to see Alicia Keys and her incredible music come to life in a new way, and you see it right in front of you. There's nothing more exciting than live theater,
Sure.
and you watch it. Hell's Kitchen, of course, previews March 28th, and the big premiere, you said April
20th. 420.
420. Oh, that's right.
13 joints.
Right, 13 joints for 20.
Another thing, since you were so cool to the prestigious public performing arts school called Professional Performing Arts School, we are, on behalf of the Elvis Duran Morning Show, we're going to make a contribution of $15,000.
Oh my gosh, guys!
In your name.
Hey, that's amazing.
In your honor.
Yeah, don't forget the two tubas.
We got two tubas.
You do not have two
That's how they
tubas.
say
You
in the
really
Bronx.
don't.
Tubas, come
It's
on.
friggin' two tubas.
No, that's incredible. They're going to be so happy.
Now, what you're doing is
Thank
just
you.
incredible. Keep
Thank
it
you for
going.
that.
And we also get to play Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, we do. We
Yeah.
got to hear Kaleidoscope. This is introducing Malia Joy Moon, who is the main character of Hell's Kitchen. Her name is Allie. This is the first time that you're going to hear this incredible powerhouse. This girl can sing, she can dance, she can act. She is just getting started. She's only 21 years old, and this is going to launch her into her whole world is opening up, just like this song talks about. And so Kaleidoscope is really exciting. There's a beautiful musical dance that happens on this, and it is fascinating. This is the part of the show that shows you that there is Allie discovers that she's been looking for something. She wants to find something more than this kind of feeling of being held back by everybody she knows. And she discovers this woman who's playing the piano in a way that she's never heard before. And it opens this kaleidoscope of possibility to her. And this is the song in the show that really shows you that she's about to be up to stuff. So this song is good.
And here it comes. I can't wait to see Hell's Kitchen. Alicia
Let's
Keys.
go!
Thank you for coming on today.
I love y'all.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.